Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to Hall Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass, a showcase of homegrown talent, mixing independent music with personal interviews and a behind-the-scenes look at our music community. Backstage Hall Pass is your front row center seat to some great conversation with the area's most talented artists. Whether you like rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Live at 5:01. Yeah, 5:01. We're close. You know, the wheel of death, it spins until it lets you on, and then finally it pops on there. So, yeah, cool stuff. And thanks for being here today, everybody. Welcome to the Hall Around Town Radio Studios from beautiful downtown Springboro, Ohio. Had a great weekend. Hopefully you all had a great weekend. Looks like a huge music weekend out there for folks. Get a few things set up here so we can talk about a few things we got to do. And we're going to hear from you guys as well. Let's see who's checking in on the show here real quick. Marie is in the house. Thank you, Marie. Steve Downey, greetings to you, my friend. Hi, Brian. Good to have you with us. Let me see if I can maybe bring this up on the old pad here and see who's checking in with me. All right. Oh, let me turn that off. All right. Perfect. Steve Stein in the house from the Times. Also saw you hanging out with Jay Clark over the weekend. That's good stuff. And let's see, Brian, we're going to talk about your band in just a little bit here at the end of the show, winding up our weekend of live music. And hi, Glenn, just listening in today. Did you see anybody over the weekend, Glenn? I'm sure you did. A long weekend and Glenn without music, that could not happen. Hi, Haley. Thank you for being with us today, dropping by the show. Good to see you Saturday night. Man, I got all kinds of reflection stuff happening here in the old glasses. Terrible. All right. What's up, Robert Dwayne Russell? Eric Sears from the Kevin McCoy Band in the house. Robert Dwayne from Bourbon Road Band. And saw you hanging out with Jay Clark also over the weekend. Douglas Hunt in the house. Thank you, guys. If you're out there, make a comment. Let us know who you are and where you're from. My cousin Mona is in the house. How are you? Good to see you. Checking in on the program as well. All right, guys, we're waiting on a few live viewers here on a Tuesday. We didn't have a show yesterday. Took the day off for the 4th of July, Independence Day. Hopefully you all had a great time with family and friends and live music as well. And we did some live music Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week, and then took a little time off on Sunday and Monday to be with family and such. And that's all good. And we like doing that. Good afternoon, Brian Middendorf. Hey, Brian, can I add you to a group so you submit the DV8 stuff so I don't have to go hunting every week? How about that, Brian? Give me an answer there. All right. Hi, Charles. Happy 4th to you as well. Amy Lambert in the house. Looks like the entire Party Punch crew is joining us here for a little bit. That's great. Good to have you. Thank you, Seth, for being here. Let me get started, though, on the show, guys. We got to get rolling today because I've got a gig tonight at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. And we'll talk about that one in just a little bit. But let's get to, first of all, so thankful to all of you for your support of this program and what we do for live local music here, trying to support the local musicians. And I couldn't agree more, Daniel. I need a holiday from my holiday. I was so tired today. It was Monday came Tuesday today. It did. Hi, Becky. Thank you for dropping in. You look like you got to see. I saw your comment. Got to see some good music also. So, once again, thankful for everybody out there who supports this. And on Thursday's show, you could tell it was a big music weekend because we had 3.6 thousand views on the show titled Who's Playing Out. We do it every Thursday and bring you the best musicians in the tri-state and where they're playing. And man, was it good on Thursday. Had a great group of folks there. And again, 3.6 thousand views. So we appreciate your support for the local music community, people. That show every Thursday is brought to you by Froggies in Monroe, Ohio. And also thanks to those of you who responded to our post we put up asking who you saw play music over the weekend, because we had about 55 comments on that one from some great viewers and folks bringing us the people they had a chance to see over the weekend. There were so many good things out there, so many choices. And, folks, I know you have friends that follow your bands and all. Don't get angry with them if they can't come to every show, because there's so many other things that this time of year are things to do. Like we totally changed it up over the weekend and went to some fun stuff and had a great time. And we're going to talk about it right now. Going to start out Thursday. And Thursday, I normally am at the Bell and the Bear. I was off this week. Had a little work function with Mrs. Hall around town and a birthday party for our friend Chris Cartwright. And Chris had a big birthday bash at Bargo's in Centerville. And we took it over to Bargo's and had a chance. I haven't heard them in ages. Pandora Effect was playing on the patio at Bargo's, and they did a great job. They had the crowd dancing, and it was hot. I mean, it was hot, and they were playing hard, and they were hot where they were playing and out on that patio. But the folks there on Thursday night at Bargo's had a great time, had some good adult beverages and some decent food as well, and enjoyed ourselves there a whole lot. And then also, besides the fun at Bargo's, took a little trip down to the Soft Rock Cafe in Centerville and finished up the night on Thursday night with a little karaoke party with our friends Mark and Nicole. And they were there, and a lot of other people we knew. We had a great time. That was Thursday night. So thanks to Pandora Effect. If you haven't seen them, follow their page. They're a fantastic band with a very, very wide set list. Extremely one extreme to the other type set list. It's really good, and they were entertaining the crowd. The crowd loved them, and a lot of fun and partying going on there at Bargo's, which they do normally. You'll see our friends from Spongeworthy there on occasion, Velvet Crush, all kinds of people playing at Bargo's in Centerville, especially during the summer months. Rob Paisley in the house. Thank you for being here, Rob. John Barry, he said River's Edge was over the top, one of the biggest crowds ever. I bet it was. And when you have the Interns and That Arena Rock show playing, what a cool lineup that was last night down there at River's Edge. And Kara, how you doing? Good to have you with us. Carrie, thank you for dropping by today. So, guys, if there's a band or somebody you saw over the weekend, you want to pop it in the comments, feel free to do that. If you didn't get it posted on our page, some 55 of you did, and we thank you for that earlier today. But let's talk a little more about what went on our weekend. And what do we got here? Corona J. Buffett. He called me a band groupie the other night, by the way. I took offense to that. I did. I'm just kidding. But Smash Mouth and Mason was good, he said. Had a lot more hits than you could remember. Yeah, that's funny. And you remember their big hits, and then it's like, oh, yeah, they had that song and that song. And he said Mason was packed. So glad to hear that. I think everywhere was packed. What a beautiful weekend it was for live music out there. And we'll talk about all the people we saw, including our friends from Party Punch here in just a little bit. But I do want to say that I heard they had a little technical difficulty with their outing yesterday in Fairborn. I hated to hear that. Happens sometimes, unfortunately. And it wasn't the band's fault. It was something going on with power or sound or something. And, when you do these outdoor events that don't normally have music, the bugs aren't always worked out. And those things happen. They do. So let me keep moving, though. Thank you, Pandora Effect, again, and Bargo's for a great night. Friday night, had a chance to catch up with a fellow we used to follow all the time down when we were in Florida. We went to a lot of the places on the beach there, and this one guy just wowed us, and his name was Chris Kemp. And since we moved back here from the great state of Florida, Chris Kemp has gotten married to Victoria, who sings along with him now, and they call the group Chasing Denver. And what they do is, and this is a funny way it works down in Florida, where we were in Fort Myers Beach, because season is in the winter. That's when all the crowd is there, as they call it, and all that. During the summer, I mean, you can roll a bowling ball down the Estero Boulevard on that island, not hit anybody. It's quiet. So a lot of the musicians move up into the Midwest and play at different locations. And one thing Chris and Victoria have done, they jumped in a motorhome, and they are traveling the Midwest on a tour and playing all these different locations. And what's great to see, and what we saw on Friday night with Chasing Denver, and it was at Grainworks, and at Grainworks is a wonderful place to go hear live music to begin with, because they pipe the music into the house system as well. It sounds really good. And we had a chance to see Victoria and Chris called Chasing Denver there. And all the people there had seen them in Florida during the winter on their vacations and things like that. So they all wanted to get a taste of that again and come back. And they were selling the crap out of merch. I couldn't believe, I fell victim to a hat. No, I did. And so they had a big merch table going, and some folks came up from Fort Myers Beach from Fort Myers area to actually sell the merch for them. And Victoria and Chris put on a great show. They did a lot of originals. They did, let me just name some. They did some Chris Stapleton, Adele thrown in there, Miranda Lambert, Morgan Wallen, medley of Amazons that was just fantastic. And then Victoria took us to church with How Great Thou Art. And you never think you're going to hear that song in a bar, but you could have heard a pin drop, and man, she killed it. What a great vocalist she is. Chris is an entertainer and a great vocalist and guitar player. And together they make a really cool team. So Chasing Denver at Grainworks on Friday night. Now, they started at 7:00. All right. And play, there were so many songs they played that are familiar songs. And then some of their original songs, like I said, they played In Color. They played Shallow, which is a great duet for any male-female combo. And they played from 7 until 10:38. 3 hours and 38 minutes without a break. I mean, people could take lessons. Let me tell you, they're traveling the country, visit the boy at one point, in 3.5 hours while you're drinking beverages. But it's amazing that they played that long, and that crowd that was there to see them, and just really kind of cool. It was just a great show, and they're fun people. So if you ever get a chance to see them when they come through, it's called Chasing Denver. I highly recommend you go like their page, hit that little like button or follow button on their page, and see where they're at. And if you're ever in Florida, catch them in the wintertime, because it's a wonderful show, guys. And Daniel Rush saying stage gnomes. Well, I don't know what happened out there in Fairborn, but it sounded like you guys were having power issues or something. And so often, and I don't know, this is just me speculating, but so often I go to places where they do outdoor music on a stage, like at a little festival or event, and somebody says, "Oh, we don't have enough power, so let's get a generator." And they get some household generator and try to run the power with it. And it just does not work. In fact, it's bad on the equipment, especially when you have brownouts and things like that happen, because, depending on the type of equipment, the sound people are using, it could be old school stuff that requires a lot of power and just doesn't always work. So again, thank you to Grainworks on Friday night. Guys, if you saw somebody play over the weekend, you want to throw it in the comments, hit it up here. We'd love to hear from you. And I'm going to keep rolling through my list of our weekend update. And remember, Thursday's show again this week will be Who's Playing Out, brought to you by Froggies in Monroe. And we are getting a lineup for bands on Wednesday with the band, so that's going to be good. You'll enjoy those coming up in the near future. And also, Haley smacking her forehead. Something I might have hit a nerve there, I think, with that power thing. Hi, Scotty Long. Thanks for being here. Cricket, thank you for being here. Thanks for dropping in. And the Weekend Effect fell victim to the stage gnomes as well. Yes. Gremlins, like to refer to. Sounds. It happens. It does. All right. Thanks to Grainworks. Moving on. Saturday night. Let's talk about Saturday night for just a minute. Hi, Lee Dixon. Speaking of perfect timing, there's Lee Dixon and Dirk Turner in the house. Good to have you. And Scotty got to see ATP Unplugged, Blake Tyler and Amy Newhart. Very good. Glad to hear that. All right. Saturday, we started out our night on Saturday at the Green Town Center out in Beaver Creek, Ohio for it was something brews and blues and music and Stars, Stripes, and Brews, or something like that was the name of the event. However, it was headlined by our friends from the Kevin McCoy Band. And what a great night it was to sit out there and listen to some wonderful music with the KMB. And Kevin McCoy puts on one hell of a show. If you've ever seen Kevin McCoy, you know he's the quintessential entertainer. He connects with his crowd so well and just blows everybody away. And it's just a good time. And I'll get to your comments here, guys, in just a minute as I'm talking, but I'll throw Glenn's up there about DV8 and with Rozzy's fireworks. There you go. So Kevin McCoy, crowd started out a little bit quiet. I mean, they did. They're all sitting in their chairs. It's a mellow crowd on a Saturday night. They had a beer tasting going on, all kinds of things going on there at the Green. And hats off again to Amy Zahora, who puts on one hell of an event. Always, whatever she touches turns to gold. But Kevin McCoy Band, the usual stuff that Kevin McCoy plays. And if you've seen him, you know what I'm talking about. But there were some highlights that night I want to talk about it. And one being when he played Blue Collar, he won the crowd over. That was one that just blew everybody away. Also, that's his original tune. They did things like Eminem, Lose Yourself, Gin and Juice, right out of Wagon Wheel. Some neat mashups that were a lot of fun. He absolutely had the entire crowd singing along with In Color. And then American Soldier. Of course, on the 4th of July weekend, you can't go wrong with that song, and so many other tunes that went on. And I've got to give a huge shout out, not only to Kevin, because, you know, he's the front man. He's got that look of a superstar when he's out there on the stage, but Eric Sears on bass, man, killing it vocally, killing it. Lee Dixon, one of the best guitar players you will ever hear out there. And also a great singer. And the harmonies that night just were incredibly good from the Kevin McCoy Band. Of course, Catfish on the drums, everything just came together for a perfect evening there at the Green. And again, some of those songs that were so fun for the crowd to sing along to. And the thing is, I always look at the crowd and see what their reaction is to things. And the crowd, first of all, did not leave. And this is a busy weekend for everything going on for people. Crowd didn't leave. They stayed the whole time. In fact, we left a few minutes early because we were going to another location, but really good stuff. And Lee, if you're still out there, man, you guys were great. Eric, thank you so much. Pass that on to Kevin, if you will, that anytime you guys have a chance to go see Kevin McCoy Kevin McCoy Band is one hell of a party always. And they were perfect for that event there at the Green on Saturday night. And they'll be playing, gosh, when is it? I think they're coming to town this weekend, maybe up this way into the Dayton area. So watch Kevin McCoy's page for info on that. I can't quote it right now. And you know, Lee, thank you for that. And I appreciate so much the shout outs you gave me. You don't have to do that. You know that, but I know you mean it. And I thank you so much. And thank you for your support of what we do here, because you guys have been with us since the get-go. And we love having you around, love having you on the show and talking a little bit. If you get a chance, you know, like I said, guys, follow Kevin McCoy Band. Good stuff always, and an entertaining night. And Kevin McCoy, he's a rocker superstar, man. He's going places. He's writing with some great people in Nashville. And I hope to someday sit on his tour bus. That's what I want to do. And enjoy an adult beverage with him on that tour bus as he's traveling across the country. Eric, you're most welcome. Thank you very much. What's Chris Reese got to say? Got to share the stage with Michelle Robinson Band. Michelle Robinson, she's rocking great. And also Naked Karate Girls and Spin Doctor Sunday. Good times, Chris Reese. Well, that band always kills it. Chris Reese is in that band as well. So that leaves me to my last stop on Saturday night, and I've got time to get it in here. Let's talk about it. I have wanted to see this band since it started. Years ago, there was a band that my friend Brandon Harvey was in, and several other guys we know, and it kind of disbanded. It went away. And I was sad about that because I love going to see them, and they put on one heck of a great stage show. Well, they have brought that back to another level, I will say. And I got to see Party Punch for the first time on Saturday night at the Phone Booth Lounge in Kettering. Now, I will say it was an interesting group of folks. That's what I got to say about that. But Party Punch had the place jumping from the time we got there and they hit that stage till the time we left. The crowd was dancing, partying, and we're talking 90s dance, hip hop, good. I mean, just the fun stuff. I mean, everything from Ice Ice Baby and then some, and you could say, oh, Vanilla Ice, I don't like that. Well, let me tell you, those kind of songs get the crowd pumped, and really a great time. Party Punch, playing a variety of stuff that you don't always hear, going back to those old school jams that you like to dance to on the dance floor years ago. And an entertaining Brian over there on the keys, killing it. Brandon Harvey as a front man is amazing. Our friend Mike Miller on bass. I mean, the guys just killed it. And if Haley, if you're out there or anybody's out there, please drop the names of the band members in there for me. I didn't get a chance to get them all today. But those guys absolutely had that crowd pumping, and everywhere they've gone so far that I've heard anybody talk about going to see them said they are going to be the new party band in town, and already killing it. And of course, Brandon and his crew comes down and plays Name That Tune with us every Wednesday. We have a blast with him, and he's just a cool cat and a great singer. He's sung the national anthem for me on several occasions, and really good stuff. And Daniel says, shake your booty. Yes. And Kara says, Party Punch was fun at Pickle Fest. Yeah, and they're appealing to all ages, and it's a fun it literally is a party punch right in the face. It is. It's so good. And I had not had a chance to hear them, and I am just so proud of what these guys have put together because I know they've worked hard on it. It's a cool show. And Amy's throwing in some stuff here. Yes, thank you for throwing those in, Amy. And there's Brian that we know, he plays trivia with us as well, playing guitar and keys. And anybody else that you want to throw in there, Amy, on who's playing, we'd appreciate it. Brandon's in here. Oh, good. Yes, Chad and Seth. Okay, we got that. And Seth's on the drums, of course. Thank you, John Barry. You have a great week as well. Thanks for being here. So, yeah, there's the Party Punch lineup, and looking forward to seeing them again. You had us partying. Now, we had a guy that was a little over the top that was dancing next to us. He looked like Kid Rock. Kid Rock after somebody. I'll be nice. But Kid Rock. Yeah, he looked like Kid Rock. Let's just go there. And Brandon, I loved, and Brian, I love seeing you guys. Appreciate it very much for the hospitality. And what a party. Really good time. Hope to see you somewhere soon and get out and enjoy it. Brian's laughing. Yeah, I'll leave that one alone. You all know who I'm talking about. Yes. And I came out unscathed. I did. I used to run a nightclub that played that music. So it took me back, man. It was like a trip back in time, and good stuff. Really fun. Haley, we got to see her and a whole bunch of other folks there. So thank you, Party Punch. We'll get into more detail. Hope to have those guys on the show someday and actually do an interview with them and talk about how they put on their show and what they do, because it's a production. I mean, it is. It's not just a bunch of people up there singing and dancing around. It's a production. And there's a Seth throwing in a little, the drummer Seth, I should say, throwing in a little bit here about Party Punch will be at Wings in Beaver Creek this Saturday. There's a shameless plug for Party Punch. If you want to go see him, there's your chance Saturday night. So, folks, that winds up our week of music. If you didn't yet, go to our page and post who you saw play out over the weekend on our little post we have running on that one. Got 50 or 60 posts already on that. We'd appreciate it. I have to get down to Mr. Burroughs Tavern tonight, where I'm hosting trivia this evening. And boy, you think that'll be crowded or not? What's your toss up? I'm tossing the dice on that one because I have a nice trivia crowd there always, but after a long holiday weekend, this may be a little slow tonight. We'll see how it shakes out. We'll see. We'd love to see you, though, if you're out and about and you want to come down and play a couple hours of trivia with us. We would love to see you. Jim McCarthy throwing in there. Saw Second Wind on a video. Yes, Second Wind. Great band. That as well. Nice horn section. Haley, thank you so much. Good. Can't wait to see y'all. And yeah, Kara, have a good night. You too. Hope to see you tomorrow night, Kara. We're naming that tune Wednesday night at Heather's, 7:00. Even if it rains, guys, over 250 seats under the cover. So come on down. Join us. Join us. Yeah, Scotty's saying it's going to be a tough night. Well, me too. I hope I'm wrong too. But man, if anybody feels like we do today after this weekend of music, and I'm sure you feel the same way, they're probably going to be on their couch with their feet up. So we're going to do trivia, though. That's where I'm headed. So thanks so much for being here, everybody. Don't forget to join us tomorrow, whatever Wednesday. We'll be bringing it to you live from Heather's on the patio. And then we'll be here on Thursday with Who's Playing Out, brought to you by Froggies in Monroe. Until then, guys, get out and support some live local music and the bands and venues that bring it to you. We'd appreciate that very much. Catch you next time. Have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody.
See, I got me a little problem. When you come home at night, I got another woman who wants to treat this daddy right. Go ahead on, baby. Go on, do what you got to do. Cause I got me a sweet young thing. I got the new girl blues. She wants to hold my hand. She wants to scratch my back. She loves me all night long, till I have a heart attack. Go ahead on, honey, cause my foot's in another shoe. I got me a sweet young